let's welcome our guest tonight. We are joined tonight by RateCred. If you guys haven't checked them out, something's wrong with you because it's absolutely amazing. Slightly Inc. Actually handles RateCred, and I'll tell you for you guys, all these geolocation apps and whatnot. I love RateCred, and we're gonna go ahead and bring the guest on. I'll tell you guys how much I love RateCred and everything. Do we have our caller here?
I'm here.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. I'm a huge fan of RateCred. Have been for a very long time since you guys came out. And Clay, I got to tell you, man, this thing, I love everything from the look. I love how simple it is, how easy it is to use, and rewards. So, real quick, for these people that haven't downloaded RateCred, tell us a little bit about what this app is and why we should have this on our phones.
So, RateCred is what if you mix Twitter, Foursquare, and Yelp all together? And if you've ever used Yelp, it's always this kind of write 3 paragraphs kind of thing. And we are all mobile people. We're about doing things quickly and fun. We want it to be fun. And if you look at something like Yelp, it's more for the person who wants to write a soliloquy, about their entire experience. RateCred isn't that. RateCred is about sharing what you thought about the places you go with your friends. And that's why we've done a very strong Twitter integration, because Twitter is the right kind of time, energy, and effort that people are going to use in a mobile environment. So, and then we like a lot of the ideas of Foursquare, the idea that you're making life a game. But what we don't like is that when you use Foursquare, all you're doing is saying, I'm here. And you can say a tip or something like that, but you're not really giving qualitative feedback on your experience that other people can use, including the business itself. Our users and our community is super important to us. I think that's one reason why I'm here, is you guys have such a great community that's just like really kind of, if I can say, rabid group of people who just really love what they do. So community is really important, and we really want to build our community, but we also want to help businesses do a better job of understanding what the people who come to their places really think. And I think that's one of the places that Yelp really kind of, doesn't do a good job of either. In fact, in a lot of ways, a lot of businesses are really unhappy with Yelp and the way it's kind of a pay-to-play kind of game. So what we do is we really try to make this community. We want to be to businesses and their clients and their customers what Facebook was for friends. And we're real honest and we're real sincere about that. And that's kind of where we're coming from. That's why we started with Android, is because we knew the Android community would be the first community to embrace that. And we're not funded yet. Hey, if you know somebody with some deep pockets, please send them our way.
And ours as well. Ours as well.
Yeah. Let's get duly funded. We'll make it a package deal.
That sounds great. I love checking in.
So,
I'll tell
we're
you
doing some new things. We're trying to now start some ways to get more people to get skin in the game, like publishers, like bloggers. We just released yesterday RateCred for publishers, and if you know any foodie bloggers who love talking about food, we'd like to talk to them. And we actually will pay the blogger 10 cents for every time one of their readers uses our tool on their blog to rate a business. And we think it really helps the business itself, the blogger and the business that they're rating, and it helps us too, because we get more content and more people using our site. So that's really what we're all about, is bringing more people together, growing communities, and we think, put the horse before the wagon. If you do those things well, then the money and the people will start coming.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. One of the biggest things that I really love, right when I first loaded RateCred, was the UI. It was just very, I mean, everything down from the graphics. It was very simple, and I just love checking in. And a lot of times on some of these, geolocation applications, they're very difficult to work, and you have to sign up for 5 different things and all kinds of stuff. And it seemed very simple. Sign in with Twitter, boom, you're up and going. And I checked in my first place. It was even great. I immediately got an award for being a starter, which was really nice, and it keeps a running tally of my points. So now it's turned into a game with my buddies. Who's got more rate credit points. Now, I think one of the main things which we all love, you use Foursquare, you use a lot of places or a lot of these other apps, you don't get anything, just like you said. I love the fact that there's rewards for some of these check-ins. That is amazing. Now,
and
can we?
We've just started with that. I mean, we have the Xochi game engine technology that I've spent a lot of time building, and really the idea is to use some artificial intelligence concepts to start rewarding people for the things they really love doing. Like, let's say you love sushi. Well, if you're a sushi connoisseur and you know a lot about sushi and you share that knowledge and experience with your friends, well, you should get special rewards around sushi. You should, and people who sushi restaurants should want to try to, covet your business and try to reach out to you and give you deals.
Exactly.
And so we're just at the beginning of that, and we want to do a lot more. But again, to really be successful in this area, we need to grow a little bit, and we need to get more users, and we need to. So what we're trying to do as kind of a first step is gift cards. I mean, I know that sounds lame, but it's about the best we can do. And we use the Xochi game engine to kind of figure out what you're mostly into. And then we try to find a gift card that will apply to that. And when we start getting more businesses involved, we'll let the businesses drive that.
Right, exactly. That's I love that idea, and I think a lot of people would do a lot more checking in due to rewards of things. I love gift cards.
Yeah.
I think you can spend them where you want. That's the way it's supposed to go. Baldy, you got some questions about RateCred?
Well, I just have to chime in that, this is a great thing. I mean, who doesn't love to play a game every now and again with, going out to eat and giving reviews on places that they enjoy eating. I mean, when I go out to eat, I like to know that I'm the expert on what I'm eating, and, if I refer somebody to get there. But, so we've got the Droid guy has been throwing some posts in the web in the chat room as well, but he rated it the app of the month or app of the weekend back in November of 2010. So I mean, this is a great application that's coming. What are some other things that you've got in the works specifically for RateCred, and maybe are you thinking about linking it up to other services like Facebook or any other social networks?
Well, we're very highly, we want to do what we do well. So, the broader we get, the less agile we can be in what we already do. So, editing is a big part of being good at what you do. So right now, some of the areas that we're focusing on that are consistent with what we're already doing is improving some of the gameplay that, you guys love. When you look at, you can compete against your friends that are close to you. That's kind of, one of the things that we think is important is building more game into it that people are really going to have fun and enjoy. The other thing that we're really kind of trying to do is bring more people in to the network to get more skin in the game, if you will. And that's why we're reaching out to publishers now and trying to give them a revenue stream to get people involved in RateCred, more involved, and make rating something that a lot of people do to share with their friends. In terms of being able to support new platforms or new social graphs, we've tried not to build an iPhone client because we kind of believe that the second you start having like a lot of different native platforms, you can't really build new features. So what we've done to kind of give the iPhone users the ability to use it without building a native iPhone app is to have HTML5 highly interactive, highly. It looks like an iPhone app, but it's really HTML.